Well, hello ladies and gents. I'll tell you something, right? Out of all my gaming collections, and I've got quite a few, trust me, I've only really ever shown you a small portion of it. The one console that I really would not like to drag out is the one that I've actually dragged out tonight, and it is the Xbox original. And the reason I dragged it out is because on Twitter I put a post up saying everybody keeps talking about Nintendo this, you know, Sega that, and sometimes it chaffs a little bit because Xbox didn't come into the scene until it was quite late on. So a lot of people don't realise that the Xbox original is actually 16 years old, and but it is, it's 16 years old. So does that make it retro? I'm not sure it does, and I'm going to do a post regarding this about what makes something retro. Now I know Retro Joe did do a poll about what is retro, and the poll actually came back, the favourite, it was only 4 choices though, bear in mind, was childhood memories. That was the thing that everybody chose. I think it came in at about 40 to 42%. But for me, the original Xbox is retro, and the reason it's retro is because it's the first gen of Microsoft in the game console section, which, you know, people say, no, well, it's not first gen, it's 4th gen. Well, I mean, literally, I'm not being funny, but consoles came out all the time from 1970 odd, right the way through to 1986 when the boom started again because of Mario. So really, there is no gen that you can say per se. You're kind of more going off pretty much what it delivered to the TV, whether it was AV or aerial. I think that's the only way you can really categorise what one of these was. Now, okay, so if you're saying that AV is Gen 4, or are you saying that, you know, YPBPR, I hate this, YBPBR, is that right? I don't know, because I don't know anyone who does know, to be honest. I'm not sure anyone actually even knows how to fucking say that. Not unless you sold TVs in the 90s. Xbox original is retro. It's 16 years old and it's the first console from Microsoft, and for me it's retro. And so I put a shout out on Twitter earlier on, and I was like, you know, I'm so sick of hearing about Nintendo and Sega and, you know, the Genesis, Mega Drive. Who the hell owns a fucking original Xbox? And it has got to have been one of the longest, craziest conversations I've ever had regarding retro, modern consoles, anything on Twitter. It was almost like people were just sort of waiting to talk about Xbox for once. It was ridiculous. There must have been possibly over 300 people or 300 comments, people talking between themselves, and you know how it goes, they branch off and just start having a chat, and it was absolutely glorious. And like tonight's Friday night, it genuinely made my Friday night. Just the pictures, the small, you know, six people with 6 games, right up to those that have got freaking demo stuff. I'll try and get some pics put in and maybe like put them in while I'm talking about this, but it was just glorious. So I took the plunge and I thought, hell no, because everybody was like, oh, you've got a nice little collection there. I was like, that's not mine, that's a generic fucking Google picture of Xbox games, you know, it's not mine, mine's a little bit bigger than that. So I thought, the hell with it, I'm gonna break my back tonight. I'm gonna do the one video I would probably have left given the choice to the end, but I am an Xbox boy through and through, and short of the only thing that could possibly be worse would be Xbox 360, because they have more consoles, they have more games. So I guess in a way, albeit possibly heavier per console, this is an easier video than Xbox 360. Now, I've got as big a PS2 collection games wise as I have Xbox-ish. I've never counted them, I have no idea exactly which one's the bigger one. I will do the PS2 one though at some point, But right now, I just want to give you a tiny little tour of my Xbox One. Now, we're talking 7 consoles. I own 7 consoles. 2 of them are coin ops. One I got off Retro Joe off Twitter, so make sure you follow at Ret0Joe. You'll know him if you're a retro gamer anyway. And the other one we made ourselves. So Retro Joe's has got 8,000 games on it, I believe, as a coin ops. And the one we made has got 20,000 on it, which is, I think, coin ops 7 or 6. It's one or the other. The big one. And then adding in all the Vectrex, Atari, stuff that you don't get in it very much. And so yeah, we've added all that in now. You're not going to see all the games, I'm not going to show you all that. But I'm going to show you the generic, what it looks like. So let's take a little tour. I've done a little Crazy X on the floor. And we'll just go through some of the games. I'm not going to drop a lot of comments about them because, hey, that's just not my style, you know. I take games how I find them. They're either good, bad, some of them are ugly. But quite a lot of pads. Different pads as well, different types of pads. You know, it's not just the huge one, the one that's slimmed down. There's a few others. And the odd third party one in there. And the odd NTSC game in there, funny enough as well. Which I just couldn't resist buying, just because it was Doom. Because that's me. I'm an Xbox guy, what can I say? I might own all the consoles, but the heart is Xbox. So, let's take a look, see what you think.